Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my one. 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 Wanna move my feet, wanna move my feet, wanna drink my one. Wanna move my feet, wanna drink my one. Wanna move my feet.
Hey, Journey. Uh, hey, Journeyman, Journeywomen. This is Hero's Journey with Dr. D. Here to encourage and motivate and to inspire, helping you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. Creating a better mindset today. Let me go over to my comment section, and before we get started, uh, I'm going to um, copy and link of the comment section for those who are coming on. I'll give you 2 cents. You may actually get a nickel back. All right. Gonna put it right there. All right. It should be in here. Enter, 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 enter. Here we go. All right. Okay. For those of you coming on first time, this is Hero General.D. How about you help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, commenting, and sharing? Why? Because when you do that with me, you walk with me, you roll with me, we're able to make it better tomorrow, today, and don't forget to even like the thumbs up, the commenting and sharing. What that does actually help the algorithm to reach out and find different increase the audience. So thank you for so much. So tonight we are going to talk about tonight is what happened, what happened, what happened, what happened, what happened. And now this is almost like a free for all tonight. It's free for all because I have not put a thumbnail that was actually related to any specific topic, so to speak. Uh, it's a specific topic of what happened, and I do have three. I do have a couple. Um, a couple of what I'm doing is just a I'm going to address and talk about the death of Norman Lear. You know, the creator of all those 70 shows. He's 101 years old, and the very sources he has passed away yesterday. Now, 101 years old. He made shows like Jefferson's, um, Good Times, Sanford and the Son. Just name pretty much any black show for the most part in the 70s that was a hit. And we definitely cannot forget the Bunkers, All in the Family, which is a crossover for the Jeffersons, as that Jeffersons came to be. So Maud and as well as Maud. So we're going to address that. We're going to talk about Norman Lear's passing. I'm going to touch on to the new movie. I saw a clip on his new movie called "The Book According to Clarence," and then last but not least, we will address the passing of Bishop Carlton Piersons. And so, with that being said, uh, I'm just give you a brief summary uh, of what's been going on. And then I have the comment section for those who are coming on. Please come on now, put yourself in the back room, and I'll bring you in so we get this thing cracking. All right. Okay, so like I stated before, we talk about it's a potpourri of different topics of what's happening, and which goes to the point of what's happening. And now life is fleeting, and we try to embrace every moment as we can. And some people don't, and they miss out on highlights of life, and so therefore all they do is exist and they don't live. I am determined to try to persist to live a life worth remembering. I am determined. I persist to try to live a life that my children will actually remember as well. So my children remember, and they will talk about for years to come after I'm going on to glory. Uh, so so you have different people that I didn't even mention Rosalind Carter. You know, that's a testament of I think they was married, a testament of love and commitment and really choice. Um, I believe my parents were married 71 years, but Rosalind Carter and Jimmy Carter was married. Let me see how long. We're gonna find out. I could just verify how long long was Jimmy Carter married. All right, so let me see. 77 years. Can y'all believe it? They was married 77 years. With a testament of love, choice, and commitment. And I noticed that they was even doing a Project Homestead, helping out in the 90s. And they're both not. They're both was 90s. His wife just passed. So the testament of friendship, love, and commitment and choice. And we moved so far away from that in this society because what would happen is that somebody would say that, "Oh, I don't like you," or well, "I'm out of love with you," or "You just meeting my goals, so therefore I'm gonna move on and see what the end gonna be." But what happens at the end, you end up being somewhere, all right. And people generally looking for the grass on the other side. You see, the grass has got to be green on the other side, and I'm willing to en- um to speak on that. I believe it is green on the other side. You know why the grass is green on the other side? Because it's astroturf. And for those who do not know what astroturf is simulation. It's not real. It has a feel of it has a look of grass, but it doesn't have a depth because it doesn't have root. It doesn't go down, and it doesn't give. And why doesn't it give? Because it doesn't have roots. And the reason why the grass is greener on the other side in many relationships that tend to leave prematurely and due to just not being quote unquote happy is because it's astroturf. And why is that important, people? It's important. It's important because astroturf is not real, but grass has roots. And so when you see a lawn with grass, you see several things. You see that either it has weeds in it, is overgrown, is well manicured, means taken care of. It's soft because it's taken care of. Some grass you can it's like it's carpet because somebody takes so much care of the grass. But you can look over it and see grass is astroturf and it looks as if it was real. It's illusion. But when you lay on it, it's not as soft. It doesn't give. But the biggest thing about that, no matter how close it appears to be like the real thing, it has no roots, meaning no time has been put in, it's not been watered, it has not been fertilized, they have no time in it. And a lot of people are going for things that have no time invested in them. And when there has no time invested, are never going to see any roots. It's sad, isn't it? Yeah, people get to the altar and say state about what they honor, the love, they cherish their spouse. But let a storm come. Deuces. Deuces. Saw a clip the other day about it was a vow that was asked in a marriage ceremony, and the woman said that and it said to obey. The husband said, "I'm not going." No, she said, "We can skip over that." She wanted the wedding, but she wanted the marriage. She was so bent on not saying obey. But I promise you, when she goes to her job, she obeys her boss. When a cop pulls over, and if she's compliant, she obeys the cop. When the judge says stand up in the courtroom, they obey the courtroom, the judge. And that's just one end. It goes both ways. But that's just one clip that I've seen. But so often things are just. I said all that to say that 77 years like Jimmy Carter, or 71 years like my father, my mother, you do not see that frequently. as a good thing to see, and also because it can be done. Now has it been crystal stairs or has it been candy cane? No, it's been choice to build a life together. People want to build; they want ready made. Mm. All right, so that's leading to um, different things. It's all about choice. It's all about choice. Then you got Norman Lear. He paid 101 years old. That's a testament of ours. Well, just living. Yeah. What a, what a career. What a career. But some people say that wow, it's so successful making all the television shows and it's such a career. But there's books out that states that a lot of people didn't get paid. Mm, go figure. And then we got Bishop Carlton Pierson. Remember, he came to our church for eloquent speaker, flawless, smooth, uh, uh, excellent enunciation, and just a handle of the Word of God. Uh, but toward the end, some things changed. So we're going to talk about it. So I'll put my links out into the um, into comment sphere. Let me see, so now it's Q and A time. Speak your mind. Speak your mind. Let's talk about it. Hmm.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. So how's my sound?
Awesome.
Okay.
Very
Okay.
clear,
Cool.
very distinct.
Did you just freeze?
No,
I don't see
uh,
your lips not moving.
I don't think so. Oh,
No, no. Yeah, unless you got the ventriloquist thing. Um, no, you did move. Yeah, it froze for a second. So let's talk about it. So which one you want to address first?
yeah, I saw that clip too when the woman was getting married and he said to obey, and she said, "Let's go past it." Yeah, that's. I just think something like that probably should have been discussed in advance.
But
And
if you remember, they said it was. She said,
yeah,
he said, "Listen, Patricia, whatever her name is, we talked about this. No, you didn't. We talked about this council. No, you didn't.
hmm. So then the question becomes like, why is this an issue? Yeah. So that in itself is problematic. It's problematic. But um, people need to
Right,
discuss these things. These are type of conversations you need to have. Um, if you don't want to submit to somebody, that's fine. Uh, just probably shouldn't marry him.
right.
You
So
know.
yeah, do you recall there's an NBA player that called off his wedding because his soon-to-be wife wouldn't sign a prenup.
Yeah, I heard about that. Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to see his name. For not signing. Yeah, sorry. I mean, he's playing now.
I think he
Steven
might have
Jackson.
dodged. Oh, okay. I think he might have dodged a bullet. To be honest.
Oh no, yeah, he paid for that. Like it's a shocking revelation. Former NBA player Steven Jackson claimed that he left his fiancee Imani Showalter at the altar because she refused to sign the prenuptial agreement. However, Showalter disputes this claim, stating that she did, in fact, really. She said she did sign it.
She said she did.
Yeah, I don't believe that
Yeah,
because
I
she could sue
think.
him for lying.
No, I think if I remember the story correctly, he had asked her to sign it, and she was, "I'm gonna sign. I'm gonna sign it." And he said, "Oh, you need to sign." I think what she was delaying a lot, and then finally on the wedding day,
When he said no.
he was like, "Look, you gotta sign." She signed it, but she was, crying or whatever. And I think he said his sister or somebody advised him, you might want to not, because apparently nowadays, if you sign a prenup, this is what they're saying, and you can show you were under some type of emotional duress while doing
Oh,
it, some judges will throw it out.
oh wow.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. So he opted to say no, I'm not going to do this. Which, yeah, I think I don't know. I think that it might have been smart.
Yeah. You know how much that cost him?
What?
$400,000.
Oh yeah, that's right. He spent a lot on the wedding, didn't he? Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
Yeah,
I thought the
yeah.
brass was pay for. I thought the brass was pay for the wedding.
I've never. Yeah, I've heard various. I never knew what's the rules of that. Everything. It's the parents of the bride that pays for the wedding.
Just if you go back to the dowry, you know,
Uh,
you know, I'm getting, you pretty much you taking over. If you think old school, you're taking her off my hands, and so
okay.
this is yeah. So I'm gonna do the wedding, and you gonna give a couple of cows too. But
Uh, yeah, I think that I don't know. That's wrong. That just needs to be illegal, or that should. If you sign a contract, you sign a contract. That's the point of the contract. You shouldn't be able to say, well, the only reason why I signed it was because I knew if I did, he wouldn't marry me, and just throw it out. Well, yeah, but still, it doesn't matter. If you sign a contract, you sign a contract. You know.
that is that the purpose of signing the contract. So in black and white. I mean, because if you change your mind, that's the purpose of signing a
Right.
contract.
That's the whole point of having a contract because we know you might change your mind.
Yeah, I think the perfect example of that one would be Tyrese.
Oh yeah,
So he
yeah,
had ironclad prenup, and and truth of the matter, he probably would have got back with his wife. He probably would get back with her if she wasn't trying to fight him for $20,000. She tried to get back with him,
yeah. I was hearing that. Yeah, yeah.
and however, I think he wouldn't. He probably get back with her if he wasn't dating somebody else, because that's what he said. He said, "I'm with somebody else now," because he was loyal.
Right.
He said,
Right.
I put everything in trying to save my marriage, everything. He said he almost got charged. He's on a movie set. He said, I gotta leave can save my marriage, and they almost fined about $400,000. But he said it don't matter. I'm trying to save my marriage. Yeah,
Right.
he couldn't miss that. He couldn't miss that plane. So he's invested in it. And he said, I heard he's on Joe Budden giving an interview, and he was talking about he didn't talk. That's all. He was a wrestler. I played the clip. He was talking about all the benefits of marriage, not all the downfalls he experienced. He was just saying, "As I love being married." He said it changed. He said the trajectory of. He said everything went positive. He said it's just the spiritual climbing up. He said I got faith. He said he defines why obtain faith in the Lord. He quoted the scripture.
Mm,
He said I loved it. I loved, and because he said he didn't have many to compare because he didn't have a stable family at all. He said so when he lost his marriage, and he lost everything. That's why he fought to keep it. See, I lost everything, and it's not like he didn't compare anything because he had nothing to compare it to.
right.
Not even not a stable home because he's from the hood. So
Mm,
yeah. So and she tried to get back with him. She tried to reconcile, but even when we clips on, she's never said anything bad about him.
hmm
You see a little clips are short. She never say anything bad about him. She be trying to be somewhat red pill. Have you observed that? And you like, oh, that can't be her talking like that. She talking, but then
Yeah,
I
she
see
like
interview.
to talk a lot about she regrets it. And
Yeah, I
she's
see interview. She said, I regret it. Yeah,
yeah, but Tyrese ain't having it. He's like, well, I don't care about that.
but actually I, because he's dating somebody else. Yeah, he's dating somebody else, or fiance, I guess. So he's trying to get married again as soon as possible.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like he likes to stay in relationships. Like maybe he don't like being single.
Right. He, and I think that the reward he gets such benefit being married. It's a, it's say going to marriage dates. It's everybody doesn't experience that. But I think that's when you get married, I think it's you have a concept, and my concept was like Fred and Barney Flintstone or the
But
honeymooners.
you said you
W-
said your concept was what?
like Fred and Barney or the honeymooners. What's the
Oh,
similarity?
right.
What's
Okay.
similar that they always had their friends live upstairs, downstairs. What you doing? What you doing? You know, they went bowling. They went places with the married friends. That's my concept.
hmm
You had somebody that you can let your head down with that was going through the same stuff that you going through.
Right.
And your wife had somebody she could talk to. You had said, "What's up, John? What's up, John? Oh man, Alice did this, Alice did that, or and then Alice talked to Betty and whatever. It's just the camaraderie of everybody doing the same thing together. Community, community.
Okay. Community. Yeah.
A lot of married women don't trust single men.
You said, oh, they don't trust single women?
Single men,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
they think they're well, maybe I'm thinking about different cultures. They said that they're not reliable. I had a situation like that, and they was just the wife had just a negative. I mean, we're from churchdom. She has this negative concept of single men in general, and the husband went off on her
Mm,
and said he never been late on this because I bought something from the individual, and then I went to go give because he wasn't in town. I went to go give her the money, and she would look at me like I was late or something. Like like where money at? Where more money at? He said what? He's out there. I went off, and he never let me forget that. He said from that day, he said they always get utmost respect from her because it's never been I was never late, and those little things make the difference. Because she had a perception and image, but then I changed that. I changed that, and
Mm.
I don't know. I don't know if the is the church responsible for that imagery? What you think?
That's an interesting question. Of single men being untrustworthy?
Yeah, the black church. Yeah,
Hmm. I don't know, because that seems like that might be more a social, a cultural thing. Because I don't know. Because I'd say churches promoted the idea that single men were not trustworthy. They may have promoted the idea that maybe they weren't as valuable, but um, not trustworthy. That might
I
be a
mean,
cultural thing.
like a single woman or a woman would trust a married man more so than a single man because the man was seeing that just was seeing that they're responsible because they take care of family.
Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah, I've seen evidence of that. Yeah, yeah, I have seen evidence of that.
Yeah, I'm ask you. Let me ask you because like the person that the people trust with responsibility more so is a person who has a lot on their plate. It's because if you okay, if they got a lot on their plate, they know how to prioritize somewhat. I know what it is. Like the busy person gets something done, but the person ain't busy, don't get nothing done. Just the imagery. It doesn't make it true.
But that's the perception.
Yeah, it makes it the busy person will get it done in a timely fashion, but the person who's not busy will take their time. And I
Right,
understand because the busy person will have to say, I'm gonna get this out the way.
right. Yeah, that just kind of
That's
makes
not
sense.
yeah. Ain't no urgency. Ain't no urgency. Well, we gotta take care of me. Well, oh yeah, I gotta do your stuff. Um, okay, I get to it. Yeah, I get to it. Why? See, if I'm not spending a lot of time to get on my stuff, so why I'm gonna spend time getting on your stuff? Ain't nobody
Right.
bugging me. If I'm saying if ain't nobody bugging me to get on my stuff, and you ask me to get on some stuff, there's no urgency for me to rush on my stuff. Why am I being urgent about your stuff?
Yeah, I think with single men, it's not always true, but there is a perception, I think, with people that single men or married men um are more, how do you say it? Like the idea that when you get married, you become a little more serious. You become more goal oriented. Because now you're doing it also with somebody else.
Right,
Yeah, I think that's the idea for some people.
right,
Which
yeah,
I don't think is not always true because there's some single men out there that are, they do a lot. I
right.
think maybe in general there may be some truth to it, but overall, you can't like make it like a law or anything. There are plenty of single men that have, detailed lives, that accomplishing things, they're entrepreneurs. So yeah,
That's generalization for most part. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So I think that I think I was talking about marriage, the center for marriage, and I talk about Rosalind and Jimmy Carter, and the stint to why, not why, but just wow, they've been married 77 years.
man, that's amazing. It's
You know,
amazing.
my parents were married 71 years. You don't hardly hear. That's a rarity.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing.
So
Yeah.
it's like, are you married because you just love the person, or are you married because you? It's an oxymoron, I guess. In love, blah 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 blah. But I'm saying, do you like the person, or is it a choice? And I'm pretty sure it's not like all the time. I'm pretty sure it's not in love or feeling love all the time. But I think, but you are pretty sure that it's still a choice. You choose.
Right. I've heard
You
married
choose.
people tell me that. They say they choose to love each other and be committed every day.
Right.
They don't always feel flowery feelings, but they make a choice.
Right. Do they say that they like the person?
Say that again.
Do they say that they like the person?
I've had some say that, that they have their moments. Sometimes they can't stand them. Like one couple told me, she said, um, he gets on my nerves sometimes. And she said, I'm sure I get on his nerves plenty of times. But at the end of the day, there's nobody that I'd rather wake up next to than him. And they were married 20 years. Yeah.
Did he pass them? You said they were.
Yeah. When she made the statement to me at that point, they had been married
Okay.
20 years. And this was like a few
Okay.
years ago. Yeah. So she said, so despite it all, at the end of the day, there's no one else that I'd rather wake up next to than him.
Mm. What would you say? A person said, the other person said, "Well, I just don't like you," or not. I don't like you, but you're not even my friend. What would be your take on that? What would be your say so?
If if this is a married couple, you're saying,
Married couple, yeah.
and one of them says to the other, "I don't like you."
And yeah, you and the other person said, "Well, you my friends, you know, not best friend, just friend."
Oh, ouch. Yeah. Um,
What do you do with that? And then, but then the married couple, he said, well, because sometimes conversations get heated. So conversations get heated, and then the spouse comes back and says, "Just getting clarity. Did you say you were not my friend?" And the person said, "That's correct." And that's after the heated conversation. No heated conversation. Just get clarity. Just trying to make sure it was just a momentary thing, or were you saying that you're not a friend, not my friend? The person said yes. Okay, I just want to understand where we were.
well, it could still be a result. Um, One time I said to a married woman, "Hey, how are you? How's so and so? How's the man of God or something?" And she was like, she said to me, "Oh, he's not no man of God. Trust me." I was like, "No, no, I'm talking about your husband." And she said, "No, no, he just that's just faking. He's not a." And there was another person with me, and then I was like, "Man, that's." But the girl next to him, she said, "Renee, they probably just finished got into argument today." She say, she said, "Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably." Yeah, and when I thought about it, she said, I was like, "Oh yeah, you made a point." Yeah, during like how far you are from the event, they'll probably had an argument that day or maybe the day before, so she still feels some type of way. Um, so the person saying that could still be a result of a residue of those feelings. You know,
What would be the feelings?
like like when people get in arguments and they get angry, sometimes things linger from that, and they're still upset. They haven't fully forgiven.
Right.
And if you say to them at that particular time, They're like, "Oh, he ain't no man of God." You know?
Yeah, I think the friendship thing was this at the situation friendship thing. It wasn't an argument.
You said it was an argument or
It
was
was
not?
not. It was not an argument.
Okay.
And then a person came back. That one person just was taking it. Okay. Okay. And because it shows that um, it said they let the other person speak. So I think it's a lot of relationships. What happens that um, on the on the thought pattern that one has to give the other person the floor, so to speak. Then the one person lets the person talk, and to interrupt the person, then like they're being rude. However, they let the person speak, then they're being dumped on. However, but they let the person speak, so more stuff comes, and that's what happened. More stuff. I know a lot. I know a lot of situations that's happened. Not I'm talking in other relationships. I mean, and Mary Cup said, "Listen, brother, that's accountability." Um, and then what happens is that men don't end up talking to their wives because nobody wants to be a dumping receptacle. you know, how
Mm.
you doing? Well, I was doing fine. You made more money. I was doing fine. You did this. I doing fine. It's almost if you want to say, okay, you just you give. Listen, it's two scriptures. Which one would you want to be? One in Proverbs 30 talks about the virtuous woman, and other talk about it's best to be on the highest rooftop than on the roof with a contentious woman, like a constant dripping. Which one are you? Which, but I mean, I'm saying that I would say that's not an isolated event. I think that that's not a response of not being accountable, and then the accountable and just not taking ownership of what you're responsible for, and then end up dumping on men, dump. And man said, "Man, I ain't gotta do this." So ain't no urgency to come back home
Mm.
because why? You don't want to hear that. So you come home just not go to sleep, and then
Right.
you go to bars to your buddies or you go you do a whole bunch of stuff outside the home. Why? Because there's peace.
Yeah, peace is priceless.
Yeah, yeah. Men want to come back. Men want to come home come home to peace,
Right.
and they come on to peace. Man, yeah, overtime
Mm.
and the overtime because when it all comes down to it, men still have to be responsible for what they have to be responsible for. So I just do my job as a man, my job, quote unquote,
Mm.
and I see my boys every day at work. I get time to work. I do overtime work. I work extra time. Oh yeah, double time, no problem. Have you ever heard that? Is it you go where you celebrate it, not tolerate it?
Right. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So
That's true.
if what's that?
I was saying, yeah, that's true about a lot of people. Mm. They go where they're celebrated, not where they're tolerated.
Yeah, if you don't, what happens is that if there's not accountability or ownership of the things that you do in regard to relationship, um, then what happens is that you you create a narrative, and and generally you only blame the person close to you. And see, this can go, this goes, you married or single, it doesn't even have to be a romantic relationship. The the person that snaps on you is the person generally closest to you, and yeah, because they have actually they have expectation that you're not gonna go anywhere.
Right.
And so that's I think that's what the women would dump and see. I think a lot of men get messed up because when they think they can actually have they can out talk to a woman.
Hmm.
You can't.
Right. I've heard that.
Yeah, because you say one thing and then because women don't forget or they choose not to forget and bring up stuff like an elephant. I mean, that has nothing to do with one or two. They don't even add, but I'll pull up everything, and so that's why it's not the most prudent practice to have long discussions. I know I've been there because they don't get the solution.
Mhm.
They don't. I did. They uncover um uncover things that are not um that were not optimal. And maybe 20 years ago, remember what happened? When you got out the car in 1986. What? It's, you made me feel some type of way. Why you wait 30 years to tell me? I didn't know how to tell you because you have a temper. What? Really? And then all what happens is stuff just piles on top of it. It's mutated like bad
Mhm.
broccoli. Yeah.
Right. Just builds up
Hmm.
over time.
Yeah. So I think that's all. And I think 77 years, 71 years is a testament to commitment. And that's applauded. Everybody
Yeah. Mm.
everybody doesn't make that choice. They jump out. They said Moses, God gave on Moses, he okayed the letter of the divorce because they're stubborn. Okay, go ahead and do it. You don't do it anyway, so go ahead and do it.
Mm. Mm. Abraham and Sarah, I believe, were married 97 years,
Yeah,
if my math is correct.
7 years. Okay.
Yeah.
No, she's pregnant. She's pregnant. 90 or 99.
Say it again.
She's pregnant. 99 or 90 years
Yeah,
old.
she had Isaac when she was 90 and Abraham was 100.
Mm,
She she was 30 years old when she married Abraham. If I'm correct, she died at 127. So
wow.
that would be 97 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Abraham was 100 when he had Isaac, but he lived to be 175. So even though he waited a long time for Isaac, he still got to enjoy him for 70 as a son for 75 years.
Yeah. Wow.
And Isaac had Esau and Jacob when he was 60. That means Abraham got to live with his grandchildren for 15 years. So yeah, it was a blessed life. That's a side note, but still.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, let's cross over to let me see. Last three things are Norman Lear. No, he died yesterday, right?
The TV producer, the
The
producer.
TV producer. Yeah. Yes.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, he made a bunch of shows, didn't he?
Yeah, he's 101 years old.
Wow,
Yeah, he
wow.
made Sanford Son, Maud, all of the family, Jeffersons. Um, I mean, he made a whole bunch of them. I mean, he pretty much almost monopolized him. I guess the Love Boat creator. I forgot his name. Sorry to ask something. Um, he made it in the 70s or 80s. Um, but no, they said that there was a lot of complaints. There's a book somebody wrote about they really didn't get paid.
Oh, really?
They were, but Jefferson, somebody had to go bankrupt in the 70s, and after Jefferson was one of the longest running successful sitcoms in the 70s. I mean, they ran for 11 years into the 80s.
Wow.
Yeah, a lot, I mean, even all the family, they didn't really get none of the residual. I mean, I think somebody else told me that, or Phil was talking about, they didn't really get to, Cosby's the one that started getting people paid. For
Okay.
syndication.
Wow.
Yeah, syndication. So a lot of people didn't get paid. They're well known, but they didn't get the pay that was due them. And that's interesting.
Yeah, you gotta watch the contracts you sign.
Right.
And yeah, a lot of people got taken advantage of. You
Yeah.
know? Uh, all
Now,
those people had their stories of New Edition, TLC, um, Tony Braxton. They
I didn't
all
hear about Tony
signed,
Braxton.
and then afterwards, uh, talked about how they were getting ripped off. Well, no, that's not a good way of saying it. Their contracts were not financially advantageous to themselves. Maybe that's a better way of saying it.
Okay. Let's get ripped off. Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people were. I think to his credit and also to his detriment, Red Fox, he made them pay him, and because he knew his value. And he said, "And listen, I want you to bring it to me in cash," and they gave it to him. Now, issues that he didn't pay his taxes and hurt him in the long run.
Uh,
Um, but he got his money though.
right,
Then
right.
he got, yeah, he has stints in Vegas too. So he just didn't pay his taxes. That hurt him, and he wouldn't be the only one.
Oh yeah, a lot of people got taken advantage of. I remember when they used to have TV guide. I don't have that anymore. But back
Yeah,
then, back in the '80s or something, I read one of the articles where Gary Coleman was getting paid $52,000 an episode. And this is you talking about a show that was back in what, the '80s?
he was the highest paid actor on television.
So can you imagine if his parents had invested and saved instead of you doing what they did, how well off he would have eventually ended up?
They could have blew half of it and say half for him,
Yeah,
and instead
exactly.
yeah, I mean, he was working security before he died.
Yeah, I know. And you could tell he was and rightfully so, but you could tell he was a very bitter and angry person, which honestly, seeing what happened to him, it's understandable. It's very
Yeah,
understandable. You know?
but you don't ever hear about you never hear about Emmanuel Lewis being messed up. Webster,
No, but I think
I think
he did well financially, didn't he?
he went to college, everything. He went to I think
Mm-hmm.
Morehouse. I think yeah, he doing well.
Mm-hmm. The
Yeah,
girl from What's Happening Now, the waitress Shirley, I think her name was.
yeah.
But yeah, she ended up I think she's passed away now, but she ended up a multi-millionaire.
I did not know that.
Yeah,
But
she
she got a she had her own show too. That of that called Shirley.
oh now not the mother, but the
No, no,
waitress.
not Mabel King. Mabel King is
Oh,
a
okay.
well-renowned actress. I'm talking about
Okay.
Shirley that she couldn't really act at all.
With with the afro.
Yeah, she acted just a little bit better than D.
Yeah.
Is it Raj? Uh-huh. No, Raj. No, she just terrible. I mean, but Shirley is funny, but I think they gave her own show for a little bit, spinoff.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
she was on that show, Lifestyle of the Rich and Famous, and I was
Oh
shocked.
wow.
Like, wow, that's awesome. And I think she did it from investing. You know,
Yeah.
she was smart. Yeah.
Like what guy told me, the guy recently told me, he said, listen, I make more money. I said, I just get to my guy to invest my money. And I make in 1 year more money than some people have made salaries, you know, investing. He said just tells guys he don't worry about it. He said he pays the guy to do it. I said, well,
Oh,
in my mind, I said, but he don't feel like doing it either. So he's like, um, the partner that he does it full time, and but he's on the end, and he's like, he don't feel like doing it. He got the money, he pays somebody to work his stocks, and he makes the money, and he don't worry about look at the details. Yeah, stocks is the way to go. You just learn a little bit. Yeah, stocks you just don't learn a little bit. Okay, so that's yeah, normally yeah, a lot of people got crossed up. Some people benefited from it, but what they did, all got is notoriety, and so if you capitalize off the notoriety, then you did real good. Um, Now I know Gary Coleman got tired of doing security guard. Go and do it for me. What you say? What you say, Willis? What you say, Willis? Yeah, what you talking about, Arnold? What you talking about? Yeah, I know he got tired of that. Um, so okay, so that's Norman Lear, but also and this gonna lead to the last one. The last one, it's a movie that's coming up and called The Book According to Clarence.
oh yeah, I think I saw some clips. Okay.
And yeah, so what do you think about is it sacrilegious or what?
I don't know much about
What
it.
you think?
I've seen the clips. It seems to be some type of parody of uh
Yeah,
the gospel. That's what it seems like. It's a parody of the gospel, or maybe certain. Like I said, I don't know really enough. I'm not sure which character he's supposed to be imitating, or um. So I don't know much about it, but I think
and then
there,
Clarence.
there would. Oh, I see.
What's that?
So he's a different apostle or something like that. I don't know.
Let me see. I can pull up. Um, Look at this trailer because we're gonna look at this trailer. Um, Share screen. Understand. There you go.
Transform your
There
self-confidence in
we-
12 weeks or less
Blah blah
without
blah blah blah. Okay.
I'm Clarence. I'm not a man without faults. I played the cards I was dealt.
Clarence, in spite of your selfish ways, there is a beautiful soul in there somewhere.
Clarence, it's him. Jesus of Nazareth.
You can't even buy power like that. I want to be like that in 10 years.
I want to be like that now. Knowledge is stronger than belief.
Plants, you need miracles.
I have a plan.
I can see. I can see. God sent me to deliver his message. I am your new Messiah. Blasphemous swine! Ah, stop that! Your God is a myth. See for yourselves, there is no Messiah. Parents, if you'll be so kind to walk on water. Damn.
Interesting.
So, what's your take on it? Now, mine, it hasn't came out yet. That's just the clips of the preview.
Um, Definitely looks like it's a parody. It's a movie. Yeah. I don't know. It looks like it might be entertaining. I guess we won't know until it gets here.
But when he said, "Oh man, Jesus doing such and such," man, it took years to do that. He said, "I want to do it now." So what is he doing even in the trailer? What do you think? What's his motives?
Seems like he's trying to imitate Jesus, or maybe um reach his level of fame.
Yeah, this is what I got from it. He said, "Man, I can get paid.
Hmm.
I just come up with a message." Yeah, yeah. He said first he had a couple of people, then he started getting a lot of people, and then he started build the charisma of Jesus. Jesus already doing it, so he can just bounce off of what Jesus was doing. It wouldn't be that far fetched for people to follow.
Right.
And then you see in the middle of the clip, he count all that money he was getting. He said, "Man, we
Hmm.
gonna get paid." Yeah, it's about money. It's about money. I just think Jay Z created it, so I don't know how irreverent or reverent that it would be.
Oh, Jay-Z produced that movie?
Yep, that's his movie,
Oh,
right?
well, that says a lot, actually.
Right. You
Uh,
know, I didn't James Cleveland in the back. I heard Prince.
yeah, seemed like some type of remix version of one of his songs.
No, no, I Would Die for You. It wasn't even remixed. I would die for you. What in the world?
Mm.
Never cut it off. Okay, yeah, so okay, last but not least, Bishop Carlton Pearson. What have you seen? What have you heard?
Oh, yeah, I met him once, like back in the 90s. Um, Definitely had an amazing life, I would think. Um,
Did
I
he?
don't
Did he
agree
not?
with his, huh?
Uh, he had an amazing life, but the life matter. The whole life is it? It's not what you did in the beginning, really, is it?
No.
Like it's what you do at the end. Like the person who lived like a hellion, but in a sick bed, they accept. or they accepted Christ 2 days before they died. What really matters?
Right.
Would they be held accountable for the life they lived prior, or how they ended their life? I think and you've heard this before. It takes about 3 years to build a reputation, a good name. And how many minutes does it take to lose it? About 2 or 3.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And then
Go ahead.
you just look at I was just looking at Jake Crawley. He has a good critical dialogue. He has a podcast. He has people on there. It's good and different points of views, but he backs everything up with the Bible. He said this: it's not about my feelings, it's not about anything else. It's about what does the Bible say? I mean, the encouraging of same-sex marriages, and nobody's going to hell. And you know the origin of his doctrine, right? You know why he had to.
Universalism.
But you know why he started shifting his belief in that round.
Oh no! How come?
He started thinking about his grandparents. There's good people, but they wasn't saved. And he said, "I can love God, put them in hell."
Wow.
They metastasized. I think what I've been hearing that, well, all the Bible's not real. No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You can't pick and choose.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Sure.
Maybe we said, "What do you think you're going to hell or heaven?" I said, "I don't have a hell or heaven. Put nobody in."
You have to be true to the word, in my opinion.
Right.
True to the text. Is that how they say it? Stick to the text.
Right. Because some people not even they I heard this minister say he died. He had a near-death experience, and he said and he's a preacher. He said, "I've been preaching and serving you for you've been Lord of my life for 30 years." I'm saying you've been Lord of my life for 30 years, last 30 years, and he in front of God not talking, trying to defend himself. He said, yeah, I don't know. He said, "You ain't been the Lord of me." He said, you ever asked me to be Lord of your life?" He said, "Your Lord was what the enemy has a lot of people believe it. Your Lord was self." Because he was a pastor, he was doing God's work, so to speak. But the thing is, what's your motive behind the work? Not that he wasn't doing the outside Bible. I mean, so he thought he wasn't, but it's idolatry. He was doing studying the word, the sermons for the worship. He receiving the worship is about self, and that's what God was telling him. He said, "Oh," and then when he told him, he said, "You have fell prey to the idol that the enemy has most of people falling to these last days," and that's SELF. And once he said that, he said he understood perfectly. It's self.
Wow.
It's not about your works that any man may boast, but so many men do boast.
Wow. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's hope. I mean, I don't know. I guess only God truly knows what happened in the inner recesses of his heart.
Right. That's true.
So we can only hope that maybe in the end he came back around.
Yeah. Yeah. You never know.
All you can do is hope. That's all you can do is hope, right?
Right. Right. Okay. Any last words?
Hey, it's been a wonderful week so far. God bless and he'll do the rest. Keep your eyes on Jesus.
That's
Jehovah
right.
El
That's
Shaddai
right.
is the only true God.
That's right.
What'd you say? Oh,
Yashia.
can't you ever just say it right? It's with a yay
Yashia.
sound. Yeshua
Yashia.
HaMashiach.
Yashua. Hamashiach.
Yeah, I think that's close enough.
Yeshua
Yeshua
Hamashiach.
HaMashiach. Yes.
Assalamu
Jesus
alaikum.
the Christ, the only begotten Son of God, born of the Virgin Mary.
Yeah, he goes on a rant. Um, all right, gentlemen, thank you for coming out with me, and hope you have attained something on the from the show, from the video, from the live, as well as the replay. And if you find any value in this content, how about you help me help you so we help others by clicking subscribe, commenting, and sharing? Because when you do that, you help me organically, help build with me and grow with me, and so we make it better tomorrow, today. Now I have one down here. I have my website. So if you want a little bit more, I would say check my website, but something's wrong with my website. I'm talking to them right now. So you can just go A Hero Seeks on my Instagram page and stick me a link. Stick me a link. And if you need anything further, we can talk in depth about it. And also look up to left and right, and you should see two. You see purpose-centered videos as well as purpose-centered, emotion-centered videos, and my ride and share series. Um, So, with that being said, if you remember anything else from the video, remember this. Every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward and never look back. Why? Because life is just too short to live looking in the rearview mirror. Peace and blessing. And this is a hero's journey. And we are